Big House, Michigan Stadium. Today, conference bragging rights on the line in this SEC Big Ten clash. It's the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Michigan Wolverines. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
When you talk about iconic stadiums in college football, the Big House has to be at the top of your list. One of the most unique stadiums. It is nestled down in the ground. It is loud. It is fun. Ann Arbor has one of the finest stadiums in college sports. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. And he'll bring it back. And a really nice job by the kick team. Down there and make sure they limit that return. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. He leaves it with the back. Hits that hole for 4 and gets it out to the 16.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Oh, he's got a chance. Gets it out to the 22-yard line, and that'll be enough for the 1st down. Inside the Big House, they have those big condominiums down there on the field, paving the way for the running
this ain't gonna work.
Big, huge condominiums, and every year it's a little bit different of how they wear their uniforms and how they fit their uniforms, but the style, always the same. Line up, hit you right in the mouth. That's who Michigan is.
Looking for room, it's Marshall. Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26.
You have to do better than this.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Running the option, it's Underwood. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I think the offense was hoping the defense would be expecting inside runs, so they toss it trying to use the speed to get to the outside, but the defense didn't bite. They were there to make a negative play and now set up fourth down.
This move just oozes confidence, going for it on fourth down from their own side of the field. This quarterback part of their running game. They get him on the ground, but not before he keeps his opening drive alive with a fourth down conversion.
There are not a lot of head coaches that are willing on their opening drive to go for it on fourth down, especially in that kind of field position. This head coach ain't scared. And he believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
A run for the quarterback. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
5 wide receiver formation on 2nd and 9. Throwing, Underwood. Fires left. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
8th play on this opening drive coming up, and they need a third down conversion. From the shotgun, the inside kid. He stopped short of the 40, right at the 39, and it's fourth down. Offense staying on the field there in hurry up, looking as if they'll go on fourth. Breaks the tackle. They make the stop, and not before. He gets enough to convert on fourth down, and rolling the dice pays off.
Lucky, man.
That time they were in their own territory. That took some lower intestinal fortitude.
It definitely did. And listen, if that's what you're going to be, that's who you're going to be. You're going to be that kind of offense and be aggressive, then stick with who you are. And apparently, nowadays, going for it on your own end, it really ain't nothing anymore.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. The Wolverines want to crank the tempo.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Here's Underwood to throw. Looking for a huge play. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Taking it the other way.
And on this opening drive, the offense trying to be aggressive, attacking deep down the field.
Let's go.
They're going to have to do a better job
Let's
of taking
go,
advantage
man.
of those one-on-one matchups.
Look at this.
That time the defense
Get out of here, man.
High point the football, creating the interception.
Get that out of here. A little sparring. Look at the highlights off of this.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Grabbed over the middle. It's Edwards. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down.
One of the nice things about RPOs is that it's a slow-developing mesh between the QB and running back, and that allows these receivers time to get vertically downfield and work their routes. You saw it right there on that play.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Pulls it in. It's Rodgers. There he goes to the right. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And when you have so many playmakers on offense like they do, they can score quickly. You just saw it right there.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And that was some way to cap it off with a 42-yard touchdown jaunt.
You think it's the air fryer that make that?
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25.
I did. That's what I was telling you. No, air fryer works. It's just there's a power. Every time I put it in, it's a power out.
Anywhere you plug it in?
No, I just went out.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. And the Wolverines come to the line in the hurry-up. Sends it back in motion. Underwood. Incomplete, and they got a hand on that one early.
A lot of times when that ball's coming out, you can tell the offensive linemen want to get those defensive linemen's hands down. They want to hit them, engage on them. Great job by the defensive end, getting his hands up in the air and getting the deflection.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Back to pass. It's Underwood. Makes the grab. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. They're getting to the line quickly and staying out there on 4th down. Motion from the back. Bryce Underwood to throw for it on 4th. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Marshall. Got enough for the first. They get him on the ground, and with that,
like right when I'm going to play this game all day. I'm finally playing this game now.
Alabama has the lead, and
What
we've
is
reached the end of
why-
one. Before we move on, let's
Why
take
don't
a
y'all
look
play
at our
in our room?
stats so far.
And is downstairs?
Now to
Is
see if
everything
these
picked
guys
up,
can
or
get
is
back
toys
in the
everywhere?
game in the second quarter.
Oh, you didn't look? You didn't have your eyes open when you came here from downstairs?
They've got a first down here to open the period. The run from the shotgun. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. On the move. Snowed under by the defense.
That's a really good stop by the defense, Jesse. They need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Here he goes breaking the pocket. He's got it. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They're going to stay aggressive and leave the offense out there on fourth down again. A designed run for the
man, that is trash.
got enough
Quarterback blast is working.
Touchdown, Wolverines!
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in their running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Surely they're going to kick this thing away. Tied in the second quarter. They're lined up for an onside kick. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Alabama quickly back to the line. Keelan Russell. Got his man. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on third down. Got it looking for a first. And they make the stop just short of the line to gain. Inches to go. It'll be fourth down. On 4th and inches, maybe rethink things just for a moment. They call a timeout. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urge. Might have a chance.
Oh, I had it.
Out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
I think we're going to see more and more of this in college football. It used to be that if it was 4th and inches and you're on your own side of the field, you automatically punt. But I like that play call there. With their offensive line and their ability to run the football, just go out and get it and keep the drive going.
Throwing Russell. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
He might want another play. Back to pass, it's Russell.
Oh, half.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Patty.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. Russell unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Makes the catch. Converts on 4th down. Is still on his feet. They needed a bunch on 4th down, and boy, did they get it.
And I get aggressiveness. We get aggressiveness. We want to be aggressive, take shots down the field. First half, they felt like 4th and long. No big deal, and they get it. I imagine we'll get a few more of those.
They'll run it. It's Riley. Can't get him to the ground. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
And this D's going to have to find some answers, guys. I mean, you've seen them. This offense has moved the ball down the field, done what they want. Now 1st and goal situation. Who cares about the yards? Like, step up right here, try to force them into a 4th down, try to make them kick a field goal.
Keelan Russell dumps it off in the flats. Touchdown tie! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing for this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
Because I moved, I was frying some French fries. And
the ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out
to
the
some French
25.
fries, so I had some in the air fryer. I turned on the French fry, and then everything fell out. Then set it. Turn it on. Turn my French fries to the fryer on the side. Fryer work. Now I realized too, like when everything cut off, that means that the
now on the move.
that also means that the refrigerator goes too.
The Wolverines will hustle to the line.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked.
He's got it along the sideline. Big pickup on the play before he's finally stopped, and that carries us into the break and the final 2 minutes coming. They were backed up, and then suddenly they weren't. They've got it 1st and 10 now inside the 50. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Under fire. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
4 receivers set, 2 on each side on 2nd and 8. Scanning the field, it's Underwood.
You be talking?
Pocket breaking down. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play.
Ready? Now look it. Watch it.
He's looking downfield to throw. Spits it out to the back. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Got room on the return. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
One of the things I love about this linebacker, guys, is the versatility. He's not just good against the run. He not only can rush the passer, he can cover as well. Great job reading the QB's eyes, plucks the football out of the air, and he's not going down. He's not running out of bounds. He's taking this thing all the way back to the house.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7.
All right, y'all go through this. I'll get off this game. Oh, because it's late. So kids ate and stuff? Did you eat?
Yeah, I had a...
Because this game is just a game for fun.
Bounce
It's
through
not
the
in
back
the
of the
league.
end zone. It'll be a touchback.
No.
But I could finish it.
I said spicy poison. And then I forgot and ate it. They don't have that point. I checked in the back of the
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25.
Nuggets are spicy.
Where's our team? Those nuggets are spicy. And then I realized
Throwing. Underwood. Here's the pressure. And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
He probably like chicken nuggets.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25.
I just laid them down.
Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Throws to the wideout. Pulls it in. It's Marsh. They finally get to him. And what a play there to pick up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now.
Catch inside the 25. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Wolverines want to pick up the tempo.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time. Actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play it.
Snags it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. throwing Russell. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
That's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching you. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. To the air, it's Underwood. Pressure coming. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
The DBs will back off a bit. Throws it deep. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
That's a throw the quarterback would like to have back. He forced that one into double coverage. That means somebody else was wide open. Quarterback really needs to be better moving forward, working through his progressions.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Here's Underwood to throw. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. We're just about ready to start the second half. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Tide ready to roll on offense. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. There he goes. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And that's a welcome sight for this offense, man. They really struggled to run the football in the first half. And I promise you, at halftime, in the locker room, first drive, guys, we got to come out, own the line of scrimmage, get the run game going, and that's exactly how they start this half.
They're going to ride this running back. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Quarterback making checks. Russell rushes on him, trying to get away. At midfield, he's got room. Discards him with the stiff arm. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Looking for space. It's Riley. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Big noise in the big house for this huge 3rd down play. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on 3rd down. He wants to change this route. From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. Oh, they're after him. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And they decide to trot out the kicker. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Now wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Fourth down, Russell. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on 4th down. You're in the 3rd quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. And you just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pre-firing. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Keelan Russell. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on 3rd down. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Might be changing the route. On the move. Breaks into the open. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
And the defense, man, playing aggressive, playing uphill, playing in the backfield. Nice job getting penetration, getting that pass before it really even gets started. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run. Nice job by the defense.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Throwing Russell. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Trying to bull his way in. Touchdown, Alabama! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it back looking for help. And the returner will be knocked down. Wolverines Tulsane's offense heads out ready to go on the attack. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Got a man. It's Buchanan. He's loose on the right.
You gonna beat you on a corner out there?
Touchdown, Wolverines. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I'll tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect him. You got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Scott. Smashes him with the stiff arm. He gets a block. He's on the loose. A dynamic return. Explosive, and got loose on this kick coverage team, and they were barely able to keep him from taking it all the way. Here comes that Alabama offense. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Quick completion to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Quarterback may change this route. Russell throws toward the end zone, and he needed a little bit wider field as that one falls out of bounds.
And this QB's had some success, man, throwing to the football in the end zone. Like 3 touchdown passes today. Nice job by the defense responding, right? Don't give up more big plays. Understand he's going to be aggressive and take shots.
They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of goal range. Looking for a man. It's Russell. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker. He gets a hand on it, it's blocked. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Big collision there, and they'll mark him down after a 6-yard gain.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
This is a free safety that not only can play in the middle of the field and play center field, but he can lock up man-to-man as well with great coverage. You saw it there.
Lining up, trying to convert this 3rd and short from the 40. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Oh, it's a fumble. The ball must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. He'll take it himself. There's a crease. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
Steady,
And in these situations, you're never looked at poorly, right?
quarterback
You can
for
go
that
for these
ass,
situations
bro.
because it's a really long
Game.
field
I'm mad
goal.
at the game. I'm
So
not
it's
mad
not a
at him for doing that
guaranteed
trash.
make,
I'm just
or I
mad
can
at
be
the
aggressive
game for
offensively, and I
allowing
like the
that.
choice. Be aggressive, get the first down. Nice job by the offense.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Snap to the back. Defense
Like, the
played
game
the
should not allow
Wildcat
that,
very
bro.
well on that one, stopping
Allow
them for a
somebody to
short
just
gain.
run that. Quarterback got
And man,
popped
the big
already.
fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield. Third and 10. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Now let's take a look at the stats of what has been a nip and tuck affair. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So we open the final period with a third down play. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Underwood. Got it set up on the outside. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. Motion from the wide receiver. Fourth down, Underwood. Fires to the wideout. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And some people won't like that, but I like aggressiveness, and that's who they are as an offense, so it's okay to be aggressive. But I know one thing now. After that fourth down stop and you're trailing, I'm going to need my defense to be aggressive. It's going to be a big possession right here in the fourth quarter to get me the football back.
Takes the handoff. It's Riley. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Keelan Russell. He's knocked down for a loss of 7.
Bad play call, Hubbard.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Quarterback making adjustments. Now here's Russell. Fires to the middle. It's complete. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Bama! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
It's so challenging to stop. The middle of the field pass is deep down. You stretch me in these zones. I got to run with you in man. It's always a good idea to run those deep posts, and you could tell they saw it all the way. Receiver, quarterback on the same page, gets the big touchdown.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And the returner is stopped. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Now adjusting. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. The Wolverines want to move quickly.
Nice job by this defense getting to the QB and getting him on the ground, creating the negative play. This offense must have seen something because they're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deeper. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack downfield. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
Oh, that slithered right through his fingers and would have been his second interception of the game. Instead, it's 4th down. No special teams unit headed to the field again. They'll go for it for a 7th time. Under fire. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
Obviously, they fail on that 4th down, but because there's still time on the clock, this game's not over. Who on defense right now can step up and make a big play and get the ball back to the offense?
It's one thing not to believe in punting, but to go for it that deep in your own end and give away a 1st and goal, that's just reckless. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Running play to the left, looking for the end zone here. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Defense becomes even more heightened in this area of the field. You get the short yard situations, the goal-to-go situations. They got to be dialed in. That's 2 big stops in a row by this defense, forcing a 3rd and goal, putting some pressure now on this offense.
Turning to the running game here on 3rd and goal. Stop! Nothing! Denied right in his tracks, and it's 4th down for this defense. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their 2nd. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. So here comes the Michigan offense. Giving up that last field goal really hurt. It's a 3-possession game and turning it on. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. And the Wolverines headed quickly to the line. Throwing, Underwood. Here comes the heat. And it's a sack.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
Come on, defense. What are we doing? I mean, you can't miss this guy. He's like literally the biggest dude on the field. That time, completely wide open. That's way too easy for the offense. He caught the football. There was nobody even near him. Someone on defense has to locate this guy. They've got to communicate to each other if they're passing off in coverage. You can't let that guy be that wide open.
Rolling right and going deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Underwood to throw for it on fourth. It's complete on the right side. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Well, I think the experience on offense was a big reason why the head coach felt confident going for it there on fourth down. He has a lot of guys
going for it all. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
Trying to make my best. Stop all the adjustments.
And the jumbo formation is on the field as they line up for the 2 points. Bryce Underwood to the air again.
And the defense comes up with the stop, and you just wonder, the analytics world and all that stuff, that whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. Might be calling a hot route. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Man, the nicest thing in sports to have is to be able to rely on the run game, to have the lead and be able to run that clock out. Just watch it tick, and the defense can do nothing about it. And that right there gets it done. Leaning on the ground game. And, Jesse, I don't know about the clock, but that thing's about to run out.
And that's really the identity of this offense, too. They are going to be physical. They're going to run the ball even when you know it's coming. And in that situation where you just need one first down to end the game, you can go out and execute like that. They're going to feel good after this one.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You've got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
Right back to the well. He showed off the stiff arm, but apparently he needed a couple more. A lot of defenders around to stop him. Michigan choosing to spend its final timeout here. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. The give. Could be an alley. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Once he got some room, it was over. And they'll try to tack on two. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Hill. He's not going to make it, stop short of the goal line, and they are unable to extend this lead any further. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Timeout called by the defense, 27 seconds to go. Here's Underwood to throw. Bringing the heat. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Here's a heat. Hit as he throws. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. Stepping to the right. Trying to escape and get it himself. Still on his feet. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.